Hi, what's up people? This is Rishu. In this video, we're going to be talking about some of the countries that are pretty famous all over the world, but the pronunciation of these countries, I've seen a lot of people, they don't pronounce this correctly. And the reason for that is because they're not familiar with the right pronunciation, or I would say the accurate pronunciation. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the local pronunciation. That means that how do the local people of those countries pronounce the name of that country, and also the English pronunciation. And I'm going to be telling you which pronunciation you should follow. So without any further ado, let's get started. The first country, which is in the Middle East, can you guess the name of this country? This country is pronounced as Qatar. Qatar. Now, if you're following the FIFA World Cup 2022, the FIFA president actually clarified this doubt. He actually mentioned that the right pronunciation of the country, or how the local people pronounce the name of this country, is Qatar, which rhymes with shutter. Like it rhymes with shutter, Qatar. Right? So Qatar is the right pronunciation. However, in English pronunciation, it is also pronounced as Qatar, which is also okay or acceptable, but I would say that you should stick with the local pronunciation, which is Qatar. So you could either pronounce it as Qatar, or you can also say Qatar. Then the second country, which is situated in Asia, and it is pronounced as Indonesia. Indonesia. Now, a lot of people in Asia, or Asian people, actually pronounce it differently. They sometimes say Indonesia or Indonesia, or I've also heard different pronunciation of this country. So you should stick with the right pronunciation, and the right pronunciation is Indonesia. It also rhymes with Asia. So Asia, you could also say Indonesia. Okay, let's talk about another Asian country. This country, can you guess the name of this country? So this country is pronounced as Laos. So basically it has two pronunciations. First the local, or second the English pronunciation. So the English pronunciation is Laos, but if you go to Laos, this country is actually pronounced as Lao without S by the local people. So both pronunciations are accurate. You could follow either one of them, which is fine, whichever you think is okay. I would say you should stick with English pronunciation in this case, because which is the standard pronunciation actually, and a lot of people actually pronounce it as Laos. Only the local people, they pronounce it as Lao without S. So you could either say Laos or Lao. I should say you should stick with the standard English pronunciation, which is Laos with S. Okay, now let's talk about this country. So this country is situated in South America, and a lot of people actually are not familiar with this country, and that's why they don't know the actual pronunciation of this country. So this country is pronounced as Uraguay. Uraguay, right? The way it is written, I mean, it sounds totally different if you try to pronounce, but actually the right pronunciation is Uraguay. So you should remember the right pronunciation of this country. This country is situated in South America. Okay, similar to Uruguay, there is another South American country which is pronounced as Paraguay. Paraguay. So it rhymes with Uruguay, what we just mentioned. So Uruguay is pronounced as Paraguay. So don't pronounce any other pronunciation, because this is the only right pronunciation. Paraguay. Okay, we're going to be talking about one of the African countries. This country. Now, a lot of people, because they don't know about this country, whenever they read it, they pronounce it incorrectly. So the right pronunciation of this country is Niger. Niger. Now, a lot of people actually pronounce it as Niger or something like that, because it rhymes with Nigeria. Nigeria is also one of the neighboring countries of this country in Africa. So, because this Niger is a French word, because Niger was one of the French colonies in the past, so this word originated from French language. So this word is pronounced as Niger. Niger. Okay, let's talk about another Asian island. So this country, can you guess the name of this country? This country is pronounced as Maldives. Maldives. Now this is an Asian island and it is situated near the Indian Ocean. So if you want to visit here, it's a really nice country and it's a really famous country for tourism. It's a beautiful island, it's a small island, but a lot of people actually don't know about it, and that's why they don't pronounce the name of this country or island correctly. So the name or the accurate pronunciation of this country or island is Maldives. Okay, let's talk about another Middle East country. This country, can you pronounce the name of this country? So the actual pronunciation of this country is Bahrain. Bahrain. Okay, now the local people pronounce it with the H sound. They say Bahrain, but the English pronunciation is Bahrain. Bahrain without the H sound. So both pronunciation are accurate, but I would say you should stick with the local pronunciation, which means that you should pronounce the H sound Bahrain. But if you pronounce it Bahrain, which is the English pronunciation, which is also acceptable, but you can choose which pronunciation you should have to follow, but you should stick with the native pronunciation, which is Bahrain with H. Okay, let's talk about one of my favorite countries in Asia, and it's really famous for tourism. Can you guess the name of this country? This country is pronounced as Thailand. Thailand with the T sound, and because of the spelling TH, a lot of people get confused while pronouncing the name of this country, especially Asian people. They sometimes pronounce it as Thailand with the TH sound, which is not accurate because it is pronounced with the T sound, Thailand. And similar to that, there are different places in Thailand which are also pronounced with different sound. For example, if I say Phuket, Phuket is pronounced with P sound. However, it starts with PH, so a lot of people actually pronounce it as Phuket or something like that, but it is pronounced as Phuket. Similarly, there's an island in Thailand which is PP Island. It's actually PP, not PP Island. So that's because there's a lot of confusion, and that actually happened because the Thailand was formerly known as Siam, and then it was changed as Thailand. There was a king who changed the name from Siam to Thailand, and actually he didn't care much about the spelling. So that's because of the spelling there was this confusion, and a lot of people in Thailand actually can't pronounce that TH sound and they say Thailand. So that's the right pronunciation, but because the spelling was always like that, so a lot of people they get confused while pronouncing the name of this country. But you should always pronounce it with the T sound, which is Thailand. Now let's talk about another Asian country which is situated somewhere in the mountain, and this country is pronounced as Nepal. Nepal. So this is also the English pronunciation, Nepal. However, the American pronunciation is Nepal. Nepal, which is also similar to the local pronunciation. So a lot of local people in Nepal pronounce it as Nepal. Nepal. So Nepal, similar to American pronunciation, Nepal, but the British or English pronunciation is Nepal. So you could either say Nepal or Nepal. Either one is fine. Alright, that's all for today, and this is the right pronunciation of all these countries. If you know any other country which you think that people don't pronounce the word or the country correctly, you could also comment down below. So that's all for today. Adios. See you again.